Hello, my name is Zhatelier, welcome back for another bit of Shadow Empire. In previous episode, we managed to capture a little bit more land in the east. We didn't do all that well in the south, but we're still capturing more and more of the land. But to get the air bridge between, well, Rio and close to Norfolk, we couldn't get all the way in there, although I think we might actually be able to get the air bridge all the way into... Nope. It's a bit too far away. Okay, well, it's still a pretty decent extension or increasing the supplies that we can get in there if and when we need it. We do actually have a... Right, we don't have a lot of locations to tackle with these bombers. We could probably move the Hueys a little bit closer here so we can start clearing out the area in between. Let's actually go ahead and do that real quick. Attack these tanks. Not exactly the best attack there, but better than nothing. And we've already done basically all of, well, most of the combat for this round anyway, so I think we are ready to go to the next one. Oh, I didn't send any of the colonists. Oh well. Should have done that. But they're not going to expire anything in the meanwhile. Oh, bit of an airstrike, or artillery strike again. Now, admittedly, we dug in fairly well in there, so I'm not too worried about taking any damage or any significant damage in there. Admittedly, since it's kind of open terrain, we can't get too high entrenchment bonus in there. It looks like in the east they are, well, they were recruiting a little bit troops in the center. Also bringing some more troops to the front line. There's a bit of airstrike. Well, bringing more troops as well. I'm hoping that the logistics that we're building up in here are slowly catching up so we can get some reinforcements to that area, because attrition battle right now is not in our favor in there. Well, that might change in soon enough. Oh, there we go, the air bridge is still established. 24 logistic points. Admittedly, I don't know how much troops will actually use that one. Right, decision subsidy for the corporation. I mean, we could probably do that, yeah. Got a bit of money. Airfields Research Council will continue with as is. And then talent and recruitment drive. As spike. We're not going to stop them. We want the money. And it's just good business. Right, how's the logistics issues in here? Still quite bad. Still haven't gotten any of the reinforcements in there either. And I'm guessing this one's not... Yeah, no, it's starting to take a bit of... Or has taken a bit of damage. And I don't think we can send anyone in there, is the problem. The industry and the airbase at the city are not being used at all. Right, well, that's unfortunate. So, if we wanted to attack the infantry in here, I mean, suppose they don't have any anti-aircraft guns around there, do they? If we were to use the whizzers... Not actually dealing quite as much damage as I was hoping for, but it's better than nothing. And since we're using the rockets, they're more like an anti-vehicle rather than anti-infantry unit, but oh well. I guess we'll just hold there for now. We can move a bit more troops southwards. Okay, there's quite a bit of troops there. But how many of these are actually... Oh, there are troops. We don't know about the units there. Oh, but we do have our recon in here, grasshoppers. How about we do a bit of air recon on that then? Off you go. Oh, they're sending some fighters to intercept. Well, we got a bit more recon, but it seems like those battalions that they have in there are actually still quite empty. Well, since we've got two of these in here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this one in here. Send the metalheads down south to clear out whatever they have in here. Over ours, so they were basically empty units by now. Let's move it along here so we can have that as a spearhead heading south. And then over here we could of course use this one to... Well, you can't move right now, but we can still destroy whatever tanks they have in here. There we go, that's another 10 tanks destroyed. Actually, I'm just going to move it down south. There are a bit more of this. Oh, there we go. 20 tanks in one round. Not bad. Bit of infantry on here as well on the road, but yeah, that's... I'd say these metalheads are quite effective, to say the least. Technically speaking, I could use these tanks as well to keep on pushing forward. Oh, there's the artillery. It's destroyed. Well, we destroyed at least 10 guns. There's a bit of an opening in here right now, so we might actually pull back for the time being. They can't push through... Well, I suppose the barriers aren't really much of an opposition, let's be honest, but... Well, I could move this headquarter actually a little bit closer. These can at least defend, whereas the barriers not so much. We could utilize these tanks, both of these, to destroy the infantry. Oh, there we go, yeah, that's a lot of damage. That's 400 infantry and 2 specialists. Just keep the attack going. We might... Oh, there we go, that just got completely broken. And so we lost 10 tanks, and we destroyed another 800 infantry, and a specialist. That ain't too shabby. So now we know that they've got a little bit of stuff there. We can move in our artillery closer, and we'll also have the flak guns a little bit closer at hand. We'll do a quick little range attack on this one. Don't know if we'll do any damage. No, we didn't do any damage on that. It's a bit of a shame. But at least we are pushing forward. And this one, this could actually move in here. That means that that's got to be open. Right, that could be bad. So as we can bring in a bit more of the headquarters to plug the gaps for now. Also got this rocket artillery in here, but I suppose the logistics are still, well, they're getting better, admittedly, especially in the north. But they're not the best yet. We might want to, no, not raise formation, get some more replacement troops. Need a bit more armor. Let's get another dragon. We're also missing quite a few tanks in the southern part of this front. There we go, we're definitely pushing the enemy back. In a lot of places. Technically speaking, these could even attack the enemy tanks in here. They got fairly low morale, but then, you know, we only got the machine gunners and all that sort of stuff in here, so probably not quite the point yet where we are ready to attack them. Technically speaking, these flak guns could probably just move along here. This is one of those garrison brigades, though. Got the bikes in here. You know, I'm going to send this one to the city and... Well, you could actually keep on moving forward, I guess. To make sure that the infantry that we have in there gets as much bonus as it can. Which isn't actually a massive amount, mind you. There we go, that's the eastern front. Let's have a look at the western front. So over here, they still did... Oh, they don't have the... Okay. Manpads have moved away. Oh, but okay, we don't have the range for that right now. Unless we use the wizards. There we go, that's some of the guns destroyed. Just what I was looking for. There we go, so that's, well, 10 guns destroyed. Not necessarily the most effective attack, I'll admit. Let's also go ahead and use the grasshoppers to do a quick little air recon on this one. Improve our chances of getting some damage done there. And then if we use this one, do a bit of an airstrike there. Well, we're getting a few hits at least. No destruction whatsoever, though. So that's a bit of a lackluster, admittedly. Could technically try to attack through there directly. They've got a lot of tanks in here, but do we have? We've got some trimmer guns here. We dug in rather well. And I think the machine guns can also do some damage on the tanks, so it's not the worst. We've got the blitzers in here. I don't know if I should be pushing up with these. I'll definitely take at least a little bit more proactive role in here. Actually, if we were to move in the recon, and maybe these, you can hold the flank, and the artillery guns could... I guess we can just move it in here. Move the barriers a bit further along as well. The Cobras, we might want to send... Well, I guess I'll send them to the mountains now. It's probably not going to be good for the readiness. But if we... No, we can't do any sort of air attack with that right now. That's a bit of a shame. We've got the Apaches at least. That's about it. But yeah, we're slowly... Oh, they've removed the road. Or did they try to building in a road in here? That's also a possibility. Or maybe they did remove it. I'm not entirely sure. Let's get on that road at least. They got a bit of tanks in here, still in the small pockets section of things we could... Ooh, actually, no, they got the flak guns in there. We could use the metalheads to try to break them. I mean, it is forest, so it is minus 50% for us on the attack. We've still got fairly good attack values on these, plus these are quite experienced. Well, we lost one. We also destroyed one. Oh, two. There we go. So to get a bit more casualties, I'm going to send in the tanks there. So we cut them off now. And then we're going to use our tanks from the south. Well, actually, no, we're not going to use the tanks from the south quite yet to try to break this one, because it is low mountains for us, so that's minus 75 for us attacking. That's maybe a bit too rough, I'll admit. We're not quite ready for that sort of damage yet. But there we go, we're gaining at least some ground. We could also use the wizards now for doing a better air attack on this one. There we go. No hits, well, no kills, but we've got a few hits. Reduces their readiness and all that. So in theory now, if we were to do an attack, it might have a bit better chance of succeeding. But we still know that the readiness... Oh, right, since we know that they've got a bit of lower readiness, they will be a bit reduced. What if our defensive power, 1167, and offensive, or modified offensive power is 2100. It's not the worst, but we don't have, oh, we've got a lot of tanks, but no, I'm actually not going to attack there right now. Save a little bit of fuel and energy and all that. I don't know if the metalheads can hold this place, but I suppose it's forest, so it's only minus 25 of the defense, and if they attack with tanks, it's going to be minus 50 for them. So I think the metalheads will be able to hold their ground there, but we do need another heavy tank then. Which means a metalhead 3. Don't seem to be needing any other reinforcements right now. Of course, we do have the colonists that I haven't actually been sending anywhere near recently. How's Celeste doing in terms of workers? Not even nearly enough. Okay, well, that's going to be getting at least 500. To help with that. Right, the biofuel is... Yeah, okay, it might be starting to take some damage in there. We cannot send any to Newflook yet. Can we send any over here? We can. We'll send 200 there. To help Splitsburg a bit, and then how is Reef doing? Could use another 2,000 to... No. Keep clicking the raise formation every now and then. Let's send another 500 in here. So there we go. That's going to get the Reef region a bit better in terms of the worker situation. We got the commercial area there at least, so that increases the some of the values. Well, the civilization score in there, but that's about it. We've still got all the artillery, all rocket artillery in here. We could probably move these a little bit closer. Not going to start using them quite yet because we know that the logistics situation over here is very limited. We did get the truck station finally completed though, so the logistics over here is going to start getting better. Not necessarily immediately, but over time. And I'm actually going to go ahead and get a quick little... No, actually, I am not going to do that. I'm going to demolish this infrastructure. And also that infrastructure. So it goes through the city. Do I want to... I suppose I could probably remove some of this as well. To reduce the excess roads in here. I mean, there's still a lot of roads admittedly, but at least it's slightly less. So it's not going to be... Well, I suppose... It shouldn't be using too many points at least. By accident. But there we go. I think we've done the fighting for this round. Actually, well, we've done the south, or the east and the west, but not the north. So let's have a look at the situation there. So hot pool we can get in there. We know that there's something there, but that's not necessarily too bad. This was the ambusher, so we can probably just use the infantry to clear out that one. Well, at least we push it back. That's just absorbs and lizards. We could. Oh yeah, we should be able to clear that one. Yeah, there we go. Just a couple hits and that's about it. That was enough. Ooh, are these... Actually, I don't know how good these are. A little bit stronger, but I think we can still deal some damage to them. There's a lot of them, though, so we're losing a little bit of the... Was this actually one of the rovers? No. It was one of the older ones. Get one of the rovers in then. There was something in here. Or maybe not, actually. We'll try to clear out a little bit more of the mountains in here. We'll probably leave a tiny bit of buffer zone there. So that they might not be quite as agitated for us conquering more land near them. We know that they've got a lot of troops. We don't know the quality of their troops, but we know that they have a lot of them. So I don't necessarily want to find out quite yet. Did we? Oh, right, we did get the troops in here. So now we can raise the flak formation. Is that going to be somewhere in the rear, I reckon? Actually, maybe not. There's the flag. Independent flag. We'll just go with the flag 2s. I don't think we need to go for the air defense or anything like that. And then I suppose, technically speaking, we could use the strategic movement to move all the way there. There's a little bit of logistics issues, perhaps, but that should start keeping these troops safe against the enemy attacks. Like, they keep on doing airstrikes there every now and then. Now, is there anything that we could move from here? Not really, not right now, anyway. We did move the Wizards already from here. We could move the Apaches, I suppose, in Spitzberg, and also the Hueys into Spitzberg. I suppose the Air Command 2 could also move forward. But there we go. From there, we can start doing a bit more airstrike, hopefully. Well, not this round, at least. But that is slightly closer. And now that we've got the logistics up in there, that should be mostly fine. So let's get to the next round, shall we? Oh, they did move us back. We lost another 10 Metalhead 2s. We did destroy some of their tanks, at least. Oh, and we lost some flak guns there. Oh dear. I think we need to get another brigade of maybe infantry or something to the southern front. Oh, I forgot to move the jetpack infantry, didn't I? Well, it's going to be waiting us for this round then. Well, they're doing a bit of airstrikes in here still. And they're trying to attack with their tanks, but they did not deal any damage. In the south, they've still got a lot of troops there. I wonder if I could cut those off from the network. I mean, it's maybe possible. Oh, then. Another landing in Unting. So we've got 20 tanks, lost 10 guns and 10 tanks. Not massive casualties. Oh, metal mining facility removed. Alright. Use Zhate guys as the time of culture. Electric engines. Ooh. Much less reliant on fuel, yeah, I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Biger 4 has been researched, so there we go, we got a bit better guns on them. Stockpile near Help Pool in Hidden Village, 9 machinery, I mean, okay. Intact Galactic Republic equipment near Relax Palace in the zone of Taz. This allows us to let our reserve recruits form 10 Hellraisers. Ooh. Hold on a minute. That piqued my interest. So where did... Oh, it's over here. Oh. What are these? These are missile launchers. Right, it uses radioactives. Why is the range? It does a massive amount of attacks. It's got a range of 4. Nuclear engine. Oh. Right, it can be used once only. Fair enough. I'm just going to pull that one back. This requires our attention. Yeah, we can help them out a little bit. Staff Council task, we don't need to do changes there. So we've got the new motorcycle troops already. I mean, we are getting the... The small arms for... Or the energy small arms are getting better and better, so we could maybe... start designing a new infantry. With slightly better stats, perhaps, although they wouldn't have... Well, if we have a look at this stuff, we could either upgrade the blind troops to 5, because the new design is 600 points, so I suppose that would be still better. So if we still hold the laser rifle, heavy combat armor, it's still, you know, it's got to be slightly better. Vigilance, Justice, and New Fluke. Okay, it's got average difficulty of 107. We get 84 bonus. Aha, success. Athenian Commune demands releases a spy. I will release their spy. There we go, just to keep them happy. Right, so let's, before I forget again, let's go ahead and start moving this jetpack infantry. Question is, of course, do we move it from the south? Maybe help clear out some of this? Or do I move it on the north and start help cutting out there? I suppose we'll just move in... We could probably just do a strategic movement, actually. Move it down here. Doesn't cause any logistics, well, any significant logistics issues anyway. That can move in here. We've got the underground archives at least. Brought in the planes a little bit closer as well. We could potentially move in here with at least some units. So the trimmer guns with machine guns and all that, it's probably decent enough unit. They got some enemy units there. We could potentially use some aircraft to destroy those. So that's where the enemy capital is. That's not too far away from the front line in here. I mean, if we were to get like 2-3 brigades of troops, we could potentially, well, like extra troops on top of what we have here. We potentially have a spearhead go into Limjes and just cut them in half, and then it would be a lot easier to destroy both sides. But at the same time, we don't have that many troops yet. We're working on it, but we don't have it yet. So they did manage to regain some of the stuff in here, or regain the connection rather, and we did not get the tanks sent in here. We got at least one metal. Oh, because we lost. Right, never mind. So we did actually get the reinforcements sent there, but we lost something, so now we need to get another metal head. And there was also a flak gun, wasn't it, that we lost? Yes, so we'll just go ahead and get another flak too. It may not be the best one, but it's good enough for the most part. So I'm not too worried about that one. So we're at least making the supply lines... Oh, they've removed the road in here. I think they might be retreating. Because there used to be a lot more roads there, but not so much anymore. That was a little bit low on fuel, but not completely out. They brought in a little bit of anti-tank stuff in here. How's the... I mean... They got okay defense, I suppose. Give it a bit of hell, though. Got the manpower advantage in here. There we go. That's 200 of their infantry destroyed. Could potentially start pushing it further south, but I'm going to hold off on that one for now. We can move in the 11th Grenadier Infantry Brigade's headquarters forward. And this could probably also go forward, so the headquarter bonus is at least more likely to reach all the way through. They did do a bit of attacks in here. Right, that's where we lost the troops due to the bombardment, wasn't it? I'm going to use the blitzers and the tanks from the other side to destroy these enemy tanks here and cut them off. There we go. So these tanks could move in there. We got the man-padders in there. That's not necessarily enough. I mean, can I don't think those are going to be good enough as well. I'm going to pull this one back, actually. But now we got this one cut off. They got a bit of troops there. They'll probably try to break out. And we could maybe move in the machine gunners to the flank here. Would that be smart? I suppose it's not the dumbest thing. Go ahead and do a quick little air recon over here. Just to get a little bit of the information, and then we'll send some wizards or something to destroy those. So air attack, that one. There we go, that's 1, 2. Okay, so that's 20 tanks. It's pretty decent. We've still got this one. How far? You could do another air attack in there. It's kind of the beauty that even if they manage to escape, they will now potentially be targeted again with a second airstrike. There we go. There's still got a bit of tanks here. Because the tanks aren't, well, they might be a bit of a problem, admittedly. But not necessarily the worst. And now we haven't quite linked up the roads in here, but we are getting definitely closer. Definitely getting closer. I've got the man-padders in there. We've got a lot of infantry in here, but I suppose those are mostly going to be having a bit of supply issues, let's just put it that way. We do have the wizards over here, I suppose. I know they've got some flak guns somewhere, but I'm just going to do an air attack on this one. Oh, there we go. That's 10 tanks at least. 20 tanks. It's 20 tanks. They are quite low on readiness, so now if we were to attack with these... Oh, there we go. 5 to 1. Come on, we can do this. We might take a bit of casualties. Well, they're already retreating, so it wasn't too bad. I could try attacking in here, but these aren't quite as bad a shape right now. So I'm not going to do so. Moving the flak guns a bit closer, though. So they at least cover all of this. They might try to cut through here. If they do, then we might have a bit of a problem here. For the foreseeable future. I could actually send in these to assist the metalheads. Oh, we lost a bit of anti-tank guns there. to the enemy artillery, but we're also dealing some damage on the enemies. There we go. So we lost a bit of anti-tank guns, but also we destroyed 200 infantry. So we cut them off again. It's in both of these in here, so this time I don't think they will break us. At least not as easily. Let's go ahead and get that replacement unit as well for the armor transport. Was it armor transport? No, it was the anti-tank gun. Get one of the Trimmer gun 3s. That should be more than plenty. We do also need a bit more ammunition. We do use a lot of ammunition, admittedly. Right, and there's something in here. I've got the flak gun in there, at least. I am going to send this one. I guess this one could also help. I can't see the bloody thing there, though. The headquarters are now empty. So that's a problem. So if there is something bad happening in Unsung right now, I can't really do much about that. We know that they landed in there, but if we attack there, they'll have the ambush, so that's not going to be very helpful. Then, how are we doing on the Eastern Front? They did bring in a bit more troops, a bit more infantry on the open. We could do an artillery attack on the airfield again. Let's see if we can't deal some damage this time around. At least we got a hit from the get-go. But they do have the fairly good weapons. Oh, well, we got a kill. Yeah, we destroyed a little bit of those troops, not enough. I'm going to move the flak guns a little bit south so we can cover more of this area. They did not exploit the gap that we left in our front line there briefly. Which is quite nice of them. Actually move in the infantry over there, and then these tanks are just push further south. There we go, that's one. We could potentially attack this one as well. Push both of those out. Then if we push in here, we can at least see what's in there. There's a bit of tanks again. They got some more troops in there. The supply situation is still quite bad. When I say quite bad, I mean really bad. Well, actually, well, we're not getting the reinforcements, but at least the troops that are in here are actually getting supplied. Again, so that's good enough. Let's go ahead and use the tanks from here, as well as the infantry from the mountainside. Maybe even that one. We got the firepower advantage now in this, so it's going to be most likely quite an easy victory. Yeah, they did not destroy any of our troops. Let's move in the tanks. Plus some of the infantry. We could use these tanks to clear out the enemy units there. There we go, that's another 10 tanks destroyed. Okay, on the mountains, these could probably move in here as well. And then I suppose we could use all these tanks to just annihilate whatever is in here. We might lose a tiny bit of troops, but well, actually not by the looks of it. We could destroy another 100 infantry, while the troops can push further and further. I could move into here. Well, we can't attack that one. We do have a bit of infantry, at least on the flank here, that can keep on pushing forward. Is that one? This got the anti-tank guns, so we could move this one in here, destroy whatever is in the forest. There we go. Push them back. So we can move these in instead. They've got a bit of tanks here that can keep on pushing southeast. Oh, well, that's overrun. That's an easy one. And there's some headquarters in here.
Open fire!
Don't think that infantry's going to last very long.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, no. There we go, that's destroyed. We can keep, well, I suppose I can't actually move in there right now. The metalheads over here, so we're kind of cutting them off in here now. So whatever they have in the south, and there's actually a lot of troops here in the south. So that is going to be quite glorious once those are cut off. Question is, of course, are we able to do that? With the Hueys in here, can we do an air attack? We can do an air attack in here somewhere. The Hueys got rockets, so then actually I'm going to do a strike over there. Oh, there's some fighter squadron in there. Well, that didn't go as well as planned. You have the Apaches, but the Apaches do not have a joint in that one, actually. And we've got the Grasshoppers. Oh, the Grasshoppers don't have a range to do all that much intel anymore for us, or recon. We could do an air attack, though, with these. The question is, do I go for the north, try to clear out that one, and so I can start pivoting through here, or if I try to keep the enemies in the center somewhat under control, I could try attacking there, or I could try doing another airstrike there. There's a third light armor over here, headquarters. If we destroy that, that would cause a lot or more mayhem in there. I'm just going to go ahead and strike on the artillery brigade here, though. They did not intercept us this time. Destroy a bit of the artillery at least, and the infantry is taking a few hits. Doesn't feel like we're dealing any serious damage, though. Well, I mean, on the artillery we did, but beyond that, unfortunately, not much. Good attack, actually, in here, into the forest still. They got some tanks in there. It's light tanks, a bit of infantry, but they got pushed back. Could potentially push in there, but that is a road, so that means that they'll just, you know, outflank us in there. We'll get overrun quite easily, most likely, or surrounded. Not necessarily overrun, but surrounded. I'm not going to use the rocket artillery right now, because I know that how expensive it's going to be for logistics. I'm going to move the Apaches a little bit closer to provide some air coverage, or intercepting coverage, rather. There we go. We're about to get another pocket in the south. Let's actually have a look at the minimap so we can zip through places a bit easier. In the center, it's a bit precarious situation right now, but if we can clear out the southern pocket quickly, then we can start pushing further east without too many issues, and well, there's still a decent bit of land to conquer, I suppose, but that's not too bad. Then over here in the west, we caught another pocket. And, well, over here, we're not doing too much right at the south. In the center, we've captured a little bit more, so we're kind of pushing them out of the mountains. Not completely, but, like, pushing them in the open, so if and when we get some more troops in here, we'll be pretty much ready to immediately start pushing towards the capital. In the north, we've cut them off again. So there's not too many troops in the northern pocket here anymore, I don't think. But there's still some. And the sooner we can force them to be out of supplies, the better. And of course, we didn't actually do the fighting in here yet, did we? Not really, no. Well, let's just give the tanks a bit of experience in here, so that's another 300 destroyed. Not going to move all the way in there, because we know that the supplies are rather limited. There's something in here by the looks of it. Over there, but yeah. Regardless, let's quickly get a bit of more road heading west. I suppose we'll go to Ontario at least. Also, we could probably connect to that node there, maybe even the Relax Resort. We don't have any of the logistics buildings in here. The closest one is the trucks. Actually, no, we don't have anything in there either. So it's just truck station with Taz that is providing everything. Let's go ahead and construct at least a supply depot in here, shall we? Or supply base. And maybe another truck station over here. It's a bit far away. But getting some of those underway might not be a bad idea. Then the recon, well, it's got a little bit area that we could conquer there. Okay, so there's another Free Folk settlement over there, but we are about to reach another shoreline over here, which means that we'll be able to hopefully destroy whatever is in here and then keep on pushing further. So if we do have a look at the victory overview now, we already got 32% of the planet, so about 1/3 of it is already ours. Population-wise, we got 27%, which, you know, that's also growing quite nicely. There's still, of course, a lot to conquer, but it's not too bad. Tomorrow's Republic still has 11 victory score. Hochstein is only 7.7. So combined they got, what, 18.8? So I got more than 10 points more than those two. But yeah, overall we're doing actually pretty fine. But we are unfortunately out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.